Wow, 2026 has barely even started, and already we're seeing a ton of new technology pop up. We're talking about everything from the phone you carry around every day to the robots you see in factories. Things are changing and they're changing fast. So today we're going to break down the biggest tech news from the start of the year and figure out what it all means for us.
So, here's what we've got lined up. We're going to start with something we all know and love, new phones. Then, we'll zoom out a bit and talk about how the smarts inside those phones are starting to show up in the real world. This is powering all sorts of new robots and is even helping us build a cleaner planet. All right, let's kick things off with the one device we pretty much can't live without. It looks like 2026 is going to be a huge year for smartphones, and all the big names are rolling out some pretty serious upgrades. First up is Samsung. Their new Galaxy S26 is really upping the game when it comes to phone cameras. The big talk is all about its zoom. I mean, it could finally let us take those really sharp, long-distance pictures that, until now, you really needed a proper camera for. And Samsung isn't stopping there. They're also making their foldable phone, the Galaxy Z Fold 8, even better. The biggest improvement? It's way thinner. This has been a major complaint about foldable phones, you know? They're just too bulky. So this makes flipping from a phone to a tablet feel so much smoother. And of course, you can't talk about new phones without mentioning Apple. The next iPhone, the iPhone 18, is expected to have more than just a better camera. The real story is that it's going to have a lot more AI built right in, making it smarter and more helpful. And you know, this focus on AI is the perfect way to jump into our next big topic, which is this idea of physical AI. See, for a long time, AI has just lived inside our computers and on our screens, crunching numbers and writing text. But now, in 2026, it's starting to break out. It's moving into the real world, into the objects all around us. So, what does physical AI actually mean? Well, put simply, it's about putting smart computers inside things that can actually move and do stuff in the real world. It's kind of like giving machines not just a brain, but a body too. And hey, this isn't some far-off science fiction idea. It's already happening. Self-driving cars use it to see the road, smart homes use it to learn our habits, and as we're about to see, it's creating all kinds of helper robots and even really smart toys. Here's a really cool and maybe surprising example of this, the new Lego Smart Brick. It has a tiny camera and an AI chip inside, so it can actually see and recognize other Lego pieces. This totally changes the game, turning a simple toy into something that can react with lights and sounds. It's a whole new way to play. And all this talk about physical AI leads us straight to the most obvious example, robots. We're moving past the simple robots that just did one thing over and over. Now we're building machines that can actually help people, whether it's at a job or just around the house. The really big change we're seeing is the move from old-school industrial robots to these new things called cobots, which stands for collaborative robots. You see, old robots were super powerful, but also kind of dangerous, so they were always kept behind safety cages. But cobots have smart sensors and AI, so they can work right next to people, safely. It's a total game changer for factories. I mean, just look at the new Atlas robot. It can now understand what you're saying. You can literally just tell it, clean up the spill, and it will figure out what to do, find what it needs, and get the job done. That is a massive step forward for how we interact with robots. And this isn't just for factories, This is coming right into our homes. Robots like the LG Cloyd Droid are becoming real household helpers. They can clean, grab things for you, and even, get this, fold laundry. That's the dream, right? All of this is designed to give us back more of our time. Okay, so this is all really cool, but it's not just about making our lives more convenient. All this new tech also has a huge potential to help us with one of the biggest challenges we face, making our planet healthier. So I want you to look at this number, 30%. What do you think that's all about? Well, this number represents a huge step forward for clean energy. It means that new types of solar panels can now produce 30% more clean energy from the exact same amount of space on a roof. That's a massive jump in efficiency. It makes solar power a much better and cheaper choice for tons of homes and businesses. All right, here's another big one for you, 90%. This number shows how AI is helping us fix a huge environmental problem, the fact that our recycling just isn't very good. This is incredible. By using special cameras and AI, recycling centers can now sort through our trash and separate different materials with over 90% accuracy. This means way less waste ends up in landfills. We can actually reuse so much more of it, turning our trash into something valuable.
Okay, let's take a breath and pull all of this together. We've talked about smarter phones, AI in the real world, helpful robots, and technology for the planet. So, what's the big picture here? If there's one thing that connects all of these different pieces of news, it's intelligence. AI is what's making everything happen. It's making our phones more personal, our machines more helpful, and our planet cleaner. Technology isn't just a tool anymore. It's becoming a real partner in our everyday lives. So that leaves me with one final question for you. When you think about all these changes, smarter phones, robots that work with us, cleaner energy, which of these new technologies are you most excited to see in 2026?